hurt Meghan swallowed bitterly. Meg privacy ruling court sets to be followed by new UK freedom laws. Meghan Markle's recent win in her privacy ruling court case looks set to be followed by the introduction of new UK freedom of speech laws which are intended to be revealed in the Commons this week. On Tuesday, proposals for a new Bill of Rights will be unveiled by Justice Secretary Dominic Raab. Mr. Raab has said the reforms will strengthen typically British rights and add a healthy dose of common sense to the interpretation of legislation and ruling. Writing in The Times, Mr. Raab added the bill would strengthen free speech, by replacing court-innovated privacy law, and it will also emphasise that Parliament is the ultimate decision-maker on legislation, not UK courts. The change comes following the result of a legal case between Meghan Markle and the Mail on Sunday. The Court of Appeal upheld a High Court decision that the Duchess of Sussex had a reasonable expectation of privacy over a letter written to her estranged father, Thomas Markle, extracts of which were published by the paper. Speaking at the time of Meghan's ruling, the Justice Secretary said, "The drift towards continental-style privacy laws, innovated in the courtroom, not by elected lawmakers in the House of Commons, is something that we can and should correct." Earlier this month, the Court of Appeal upheld a High Court decision that Meghan had a reasonable expectation of privacy over a letter written to her estranged father Thomas Markle. During a lengthy legal battle, the newspaper defended its right to publish extracts of the correspondence in 2019. Lawyers and media experts said the decision set a dangerous precedent by extending the right of privacy to benefit the rich and powerful. At the time of that ruling, Mr. Raab said, "The drift towards continental-style privacy laws, innovated in the courtroom, not by elected lawmakers in the House of Commons, is something that we can and should correct." An earlier key case which was interpreted as judges developing their own privacy laws was brought by Formula One tycoon Max Mosley in 2008. Mr. Mosley, who died this year, was the son of Sir Oswald Mosley, former leader of the British Union of Fascists. He was exposed as taking part in sadomasochistic sex by the News of the World, which obtained a video of him aged 67 in an orgy with 5 women. The High Court ruled the now-defunct newspaper breached Mr. Mosley's privacy, awarding him £60,000 in damages, and ruled it had been wrongly described as a Nazi-themed orgy. Mr. Justice Edie said the businessman had a reasonable expectation of privacy in relation to his sexual activities, no matter how unconventional. The Justice Secretary's consultation paper today is expected to say the UK will remain party to the European Convention on Human Rights. But it will seek to rebalance it alongside quintessentially British rights contained in landmark documents such as Magna Carta in 1215, which put into writing for the first time the principle that the monarch and their government are not above the law. Proposals for a new Bill of Rights, published today, will aim to redress the balance and make clear that free speech is preeminent. They will also stress that Parliament is the ultimate decision-maker on legislation, not judges. A senior government source pledged the shake-up would have a big impact by stopping incremental, elastic expansion through judicial interpretation of rights. The insider added, "Our proposed reforms mean freedom of speech can be given extra weight, a couple of rungs up in the pecking order of prioritization of rights."